What's
Hi
up, guys?
Back with another
You
question.
good?
I read the last one.
No,
so-
you read this one too.
Okay. So this one is titled Part-Time Hijabi! Exclamation mark. Dear Sid and Dina, I'm writing to you regarding a topic which I think affects a majority of young Muslim girls my age. Yes, this is why I clicked the title, because I think it does. I'm currently in my last year of secondary school, going on to sixth form. I wear the hijab to school every day and I have worn it since year 7. However, when I'm not in school, I do not wear it. The only reason I wear a hijab is because I was forced to wear it. My parents initially wanted me to go to an Islamic school. However, I didn't want to go there as all I heard from that school was an outcome of bad grades and the overall reputation was not good due to the teachers not being properly trained. So after weeks of convincing my parents, they said I could go to the public school if I wore the hijab. So I agreed. Okay. However, I do not wear it all the time and I always get questioned about it and I don't know what to answer. Now that I will be moving on to sixth form, I am thinking of not wearing it completely and I'm worried about what people will say as I live in a very small area and the Pakistani community do like to gossip.
Oh, yes, they do.
If I do take my hijab off, I know that I plan on starting wearing it again in the future when I get married or if I do Umrah Hajj, inshallah. What do I do? Do I leave the hijab on even though I am unhappy as I believe I haven't mentally prepared myself, or do I take the hijab off completely? Dina, as you do wear the hijab, did you used to feel this way? How did you overcome this? Any advice would be much appreciated. Okay, first of all, the bit where you said the Pakistani community is very gossipy, is true, but also largely in the Pakistani community is on and off hijab.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they would talk. It's not seen as a bad thing in the.
I don't know. It's a weird one. People like to gossip when
thing
something looks weird to them or different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's why I'm thinking. Why would it be different to the Pakistani community?
You know, a lot of Pakistani communities and not so many. You know what I mean? Well, the Pakistani communities I know do not wear a scarf more regularly than do wear one.
So basically, my point is, don't worry about what the community is talking about. Because that's irrelevant, literally. Can I just say, they will gossip about you,
yes, but
whether you decide to keep it on full time or not. So just forget that.
The thing is, I think she's got pressure from her parents, obviously, about the people talking.
The thing is, her parents said to her, if you want to go to public school, not Islamic school, then you have to wear hijab, which is why she's wearing hijab. Now she's thinking of taking it off fully for when she goes into sixth form, because she doesn't think she's mentally prepared because she was forced to when she was younger.
Look, at the end of the day, right? Well, I don't know. You'll have your thing. This is my kind of thing, yeah.
What's your thing?
Yeah. Who are you doing it for? You know?
Well, it's quite clear that she's doing it for her parents.
Yeah. So, I don't want to say, you know, I don't want to be like flipping shaitan and say take it off. But people are gonna say, why are you telling her to take it off? But you got to be real with yourself, right? We do everything based on intentions, and the basis of doing a good deed and a bad deed is your intention. We all know this in Islam, you know. But so at the end of the day, if you're wearing it for your parents, that's
you'll always find it.
Yeah.
You'll always find it a struggle if that is what if that's what you're continuing to wear it for, literally for your parents, then you will always struggle with it.
At the end of the day, like we are, as Muslims, are meant to be doing everything for God, for Allah. So it doesn't make sense for you to go ahead and wear the scarf just for your parents, and that's the only reason you're wearing it, so that people don't talk or people don't like. That does not make any sense to me at all.
Having said that, there's no reason in Islam,
there's no reason
why your intention cannot be changed.
Yeah. So obviously, you know, your intention can change or everything, or if you carried on wearing it.
Intention.
If you carried on wearing it, then you renew your intention or whatever. It's better for you to be an on and off one. You know what I mean? Then definitely not one at all. Because you're doing your bit. You know what I mean?
It's a bit like when people go through when people struggle with prayer, and you know they pray the morning prayer and then they miss the afternoon prayer and then they pray Isha. You know, you don't tell them to like just stop praying completely. Yeah. Do you?
See, I do not.
You just tell them to keep trying, don't you?
Yeah. See,
so it's kind of like that.
I don't agree with people, and I used to be one of them. They used to say, "Well, you either do it or you don't do it at all."
Yeah.
You know what I
don't
mean?
agree with
I
that.
don't agree with that anymore at all. Like, and I think whoever has that mindset, you're fucking thick. If you're not all the way in, there's no point in you doing it. Like, that doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make
that doesn't make sense in Islam either. It doesn't make sense at all. You do your little bit. Like, if you're struggling to wear it, at least you're wearing it on some occasions. To me.
Yeah, it's like, so for example, yeah, you know how going back to how you were saying to her, you were about to say that if you're unhappy now, if you're unhappy and you're literally just doing it for your parents and because of the
Yeah.
people, then in your head it makes sense to take it off, right?
It makes sense to take it off when you want to. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
to take it off when you want to, but then it's fine if one day you feel like I'm going to wear my hijab today too.
Yeah.
So which in turn makes you an on and off hijabi, which is basically fine if you're not ready to go 100% hijabi full time hijabi. Then I think it's fine to be an on and off one because it's
Yeah.
your spiritual journey.
Yeah.
You know, because for example, I'm unhappy with it, but I don't take it off one day, and because I haven't gone a day without it, literally not even one day without it, so I would feel really, really weird. I'd probably really enjoy it, not gonna lie, one day doing my hair and going out and like probably be like, oh, this is great. But how do I know that I'm gonna want to go back to the hijab after feeling that? Do you get me? And then how do I know in the long run that isn't going to lead me to other things that I wouldn't necessarily do now that aren't particularly good for me?
Yeah.
Do you get me? At the end of the day, even if you're an on and off hijabi, wearing it on those days that you wear it, you're representing yourself in a way which in turn will, you know, because you're conscious that you're wearing it, so you behave in a certain way, yeah? You do certain things and you won't do other certain things, you know, which can save you from a lot of
Yeah.
situations, let's say.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Which is also another reason, even though if I'm unhappy with it, that I still wear it because I know it's good for me. I wear it because I know it's good for me and because I know God wants me to. So, you know, even though maybe at some stages in my life, I wouldn't be wearing it for God. Actually, I'd be wearing it because I know if I took it off, my dad would be like, hell no, basically.
But the main reason.
But at the end of the day, if I really, really think back to it, even if my dad gave me the thumbs up, would I actually take it off?
You wouldn't.
And if I did take it off, would I actually be happy? Would I be happier really, actually? Depending on your whole personal situation and everything, because obviously there's places in the world where if you wear it, you're getting like fucking
Yeah.
horrible abuse and
Yeah.
like horrible treatment. So I can't speak for you guys because I haven't experienced that, thank God. My journey has been easier for a lot of other women, yeah?
It's at the end of the day, it's your relationship with God. It's nobody else's relationship, right?
Yeah.
A person can have, you know, we have rules and regulations, obviously, as Muslims, but ain't nobody going to be questioned on your behalf.
Yeah.
You know,
Only you're going to be
only
questioned.
you're going to be questioned. So everybody else can sod off, really.
Okay, even if you think now that, oh, I'm just doing this for my parents, like I don't want to wear it at all, what's the harm in you still continuing to try and wear it on those days that you're wearing it? What's the harm? What's actually the harm?
There is no harm.
Do you know what I mean? What's the harm of you still trying to wear it rather than just make this decision where I'm not wearing it at all now
Yeah.
and I'm going to wear it after I've done Hajj or after I get married? How do you know you will ever make it to Hajj? Or how do you know you won't get married till you're like 40? Or how do you know you're not going to pass away
Yeah.
in the next 2 years? Or just before you do that? You don't know.
Being a part-time, modest dresser / hijabi is better than not being one at all in our religion. We know that.
So there's loads of girls who don't cover their hair, but everything else is covered. Everything else that they do in their life is hijab.
Yeah. And there's some...
So they are still... that's them practicing hijab in their journey, in their way. The only thing that's left is the bit on the head. Do you know what I mean?
Like me, I would say, I don't meet the regulations of hijab for a man.
Why? Do you check out other women on the street?
No.
Oh, good.
So I'll do bits and bobs, like I lower... I don't check...
Do you lower your gaze?
I don't check out women. That's one bit that I do.
What happens if we're just walking and there's just a jiggly butt walking in front of you? Like not a naked butt, just like a jiggly butt in jeans. What do you do then?
What's the... fucking hell. Well, if it's been in my view, then I'll not look at it. You know what I mean?
But you've seen it.
Well, it's in my field of view. That's not seeing it. If it's in my field of view, that's not looking at it. That's not looking at it. If I've
What about if
consciously
you linger?
gone, if it's linger, that's a no.
What if you linger
If
at
it's a
it
linger, it's a
before
no.
you look away?
No.
You're like, so what if you're like this, you're looking, and then there's jiggly butt, and you're like, linger, look away.
Let's not kid anyone, right? Allah knows us better than anyone. He will know if you lingered or not.
Yeah, obviously, I'm talking about me.
And you will know.
I will know too.
You will know if you lingered or not. So I do that bit. I wear skinny jeans, or tight jeans that are tighter than they.
Everybody knows what Sid's figure's like.
Yeah, I try to look
He's constantly going,
attractive, but I'm not really. But I try to look. So I think me, I don't, and also I kind of have a foul mouth, and I am a bit of an asshole. So me, I don't actually meet the requirements. Sometimes maybe an hour a day. So it's not really people are too focused on the female aspect, and this is men that do not meet the regulations. I will never, as a man who doesn't meet the regulations.
I think even if you did meet them, you would never, whatever you're about to say.
You know what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
I would never look at another female
And judge.
and judge her like that.
Yeah, I think even if you did meet the requirements, you wouldn't.
No, because
it ain't your place.
It's not my place at all. Not my place at all.
It ain't your place.
But even more if I don't meet it.
Oh yeah, hell
Even,
yeah, that's
like,
just
10
cheeky as
times
hell.
more.
Then yeah.
I would never do that because it's not my place to do that. You would never, and this happens all the time. You have all these men talking about a woman's hijab or the way
always men
the
talking
way
about,
a
always
woman
just
should
men.
dress. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like literally, shut the fuck up.
Just shut the fuck
literally.
up. It's not your place.
No.
It's not your place. I know it sounds a bit like, or whatever, but let the women deal with their issues, yeah, and let the men deal with their issues.
I'm pretty sure there's enough issues for men to deal with. Then try and sort
let
out
us,
all the
let,
women.
let us deal with our issues.
It's like women need to keep us on a rein because we're so wild.
Yeah, I know,
Whoa,
they're so crazy.
I've got skinny jeans on. I'm crazy wild.
Yeah, like the women who are struggling in dressing modestly for Allah. Remember, this is for Allah that they actually they're actually trying.
It's not to stop men looking and men whatever, because men need to control that bit themselves.
This is
it's not down to the women.
For Allah, that the way they're trying to dress is for Allah. So they're trying to do something good here, and then you go off the back of that and you tell them, no, what you're doing is shit.
It's arousing me.
It's not your fucking place. It's not your place.
You're arousing me with your uncle.
They are trying, and that's all that counts. You can. I don't know. It just pisses me off. It just pisses me off when men do that.
Loads of people think that the reason women wear hijab or dress modestly and stuff is so that men have nothing to look at and don't get aroused, and so men don't fancy you and all that stuff. That's not the reason, because that's part of men's hijab, and that's part of their duty and for their own control, and that's the reason it addresses them first anyway, and tells them to lower their gaze and to not look in the first place. So if you didn't look in the first place, you wouldn't even realise what she was wearing.
This is a very common picture you will see. You will see, usually if you go to like a beach in the Middle East or something like that, you will see a guy completely exposing his aura, which is navel to knee.
And he's wearing little Speedo trunks too.
Completely exposing
Speedo
it.
trunks.
And then his wife is there in niqab.
In niqab. Not in the water, nothing. Actually, some niqabis do go swimming.
And maybe that's a conscious thing that he doesn't want to adopt hijab, and she does, sort of thing. But
no, he does. He thinks he's fine.
But no.
That's
The way you see the man sort of talk to the woman, you can see that's not the case.
No, you can see.
Sort of, no, mate, go over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've seen it before. Like, just let the women deal with their struggles in their own way.
Dressing
And-
modestly
and
and being
you
hijab
just-
doesn't mean that you can't, you know, go to the beach and go swimming. Especially when your husband's there in his speedos and he's living it up, having the time of your life, and you're literally just there watching.
Yeah.
Okay, great. This is so much fun for me. And there's women in bikinis walking around, and he's most likely having a look. Those men that we're talking about,
Yeah, but that's
most likely having a little gaze as well.
even that's a relationship issue. That is because he's not meeting in the middle. You know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I mean?
but you know, it's those.
He's not saying like, oh, I will make sure my wife isn't going to feel, you know, jealous or out of place or something like that.
Yeah, because
I will dress modestly.
Yeah, and I won't
know.
go frigging gallivanting.
And when I dress majority of men do not dress modestly nowadays.
Them on Twitter with beards, they're like the cool Muslim guys. They think they're like really religious, and they diss the hijabis that are like bloggers and stuff. All those, they're not in hijab.
All of my friends, every single one of my friends, every single one I know, they do not adhere to a man's hijab or a man's.
Your mates are going to be on you now.
No, all of them. Even Sami. I have one mate that adheres to it. It's different to 1400 years ago. Women are very easily attracted to certain things in men.
Yeah, this whole idea that, oh, okay, so we have to cover because men are like made differently because they get attracted very visually and stuff. Women also do. You know, if a woman sees a guy walking in shorts and a six-pack, she will be attracted.
Yeah, of course you will.
She will be attracted. Like, that's normal.
It's not even it's not even that. A man wearing sort of skinny jeans and he's or that, or like a t-shirt like me, and if I have like, you know,
Yeah.
my guns out, a woman will
What
look
guns?
at you, you know, or you know, you have something, you know, a bit of flesh showing in.
Yeah, yeah.
I know my aura might be covered, my navel to knee area might be covered, but if you think about it, I'm not meant to be attracting the opposite sex at the end of the day.
Well, no,
That's
if you're
that.
dressing
I'm
with
not
the
supposed to be
intention
doing that. Exactly.
To attract the opposite sex, that's not
And
good.
let's be on the level.
Is that what you're doing?
No, let's be on the level. Majority of men are doing that. And then on the back of that, you want to tell women how to dress. Nah, fuck off, mate. So, the consensus of this whole video is it's better for you to be a part-time hijabi than not one at all.
Even if you think that you're just doing it for your parents, because at some point, you know, that intention might change if you consciously change it. Or, you know, there's no harm in you still wearing it one day and not wearing it. Rather than, I just think that if you just make this decision to just, that's it, I refuse, I'm not wearing it, I'm done, then how do you know how hard it might be to come back to it?
So as with always, there's a comment section below. Don't be rude assholes, and give some actual suggestions and actual advice to the person that emailed in. And we will see you on the next one.
Bye!
Bye!